welcome back to the Voice of the Coast. I am your host, Danica. Long with me, we have Duck Bowie, who is a junior at Morgan City High School. Not only that, he scored a perfect ACT score, a 36. That is amazing. And you're just a junior. I was struggling to get that high 20 when I was a senior. So, what is it about studying for the ACT that you did that you would recommend other people do if they're saying, oh, that's so awesome because I want to get into any school and I want to get into what must I do to achieve a 36?
I think that the first thing is changing your mindset. Like the ACT is not some big obstacle in high school that you have to, climb. It's just a test. At the end of the day, it doesn't define who you are. It doesn't decide how smart you are. It's just a test. So when you get rid of the intimidation that the test faces, it really becomes easier to just study. Okay, I have to do one passage a day, science, math, whatever I'm struggling with. Just start with one passage a day. That's all you need to do. It takes maybe 40 minutes a day, and over time, your scores will start to improve. And the first thing you want to do before you start these practice tests is just take one big practice test, like the whole test, which takes around 2 hours and 40 minutes, and just see what you got wrong and know that that's just your starting point. You have so much room to improve.
Awesome. I think that's great advice. I love what you said early on. You said it's not who I am. So for folks who are watching, they're like, okay, well, who is Doug Bowie? Who is he at his core? Is he really just, at home just studying? Is he just this high achiever? Who is he outside of this?
I think I'm just someone who really loves his family, and I'm really grateful for all the support that I've gotten. Especially I've had elementary school teachers. I've seen their comments on Facebook, and it really touched me because thinking about how they have remembered me after all this time, and they've taught me. I remember everything they've taught me, and they've shaped me into the person I am. My family and my mom and dad work tirelessly. They're the most supportive people I know. They have supported me through everything. My teacher, Miss Leonard, over there, she's just amazing. She's always looking up opportunities for me. And my brother, who's always willing to drive me anywhere, supportive of me.
Awesome. Now, we talked earlier, and you're in the band.
Yes,
you
ma'am.
play the flute, and I was saying, you know what, you share the same talent as Lizzo. So I want to know if you had to give yourself a playlist for your ACT, what's on your playlist?
Honestly, a lot of music from TikTok. A lot of people would think oh, he's so studious, he's gonna listen to classical music. And though I do love classical music because I play flute, a big thing is just pop music because it makes me happy. Everyone wants to feel happy when they study. No one wants to just feel all gloomy and sad. So a big thing is just I listen, the top 100, what's trending at the moment, because that's what makes me feel good, and I want to be happy while studying. So a lot of Taylor Swift, Olivia Rodrigo.
Yeah, things that I hear in my household. I have some girls, so I hear a lot of those songs too. So, what's something people will be surprised to learn about you that you do outside of school?
I practice around an hour and 30 minutes a day on flute, and I don't know if that's really surprising to hear. That's on the studious side, but I also I love hanging out with my friends. Attending local events like the Shrimp and Petroleum Festival. I love that. And recently, I just went to Universal Orlando with my band, and I went on all the horrifying rides. It was terrifying. All my friends.
Great. I love it though. I love that because I'm a thrill seeker. I've been to Universal years ago. I need to go again. Yes. Okay. I love it. I love it. I do want to know, what is it that you want to do in your future? What career are you seeking?
I'm definitely looking to pursue a career in medicine right now, the healthcare field in general. I've always loved it. I've been trying. I try not to allow stereotypes to define me. Oh, he's Asian, he's gonna go into medicine. I know that for a fact that is truly what I want to do, and then not just based on preconceived notions of me.
Yes. And also you also want to play in the band. You also want to be part of the orchestra.
Yes, ma'am. I definitely want to keep pursuing music in my life. I know it'll definitely be hard trying to balance my orchestra and fluting with all of the rigorous coursework that'll face me in undergraduate and graduate school, but I know that I'll be able to face it.
Awesome. Well, speaking of which, I want to come back and we'll talk about that because I want to know, how do you balance that? But we'll get to that in a minute. Come on back right here on The Voice of the Coast with yours truly. welcome back to the Voice of the Coast. Again, I am your host, Danique. Along with me, we have Duck Bowie, who is a junior at Morgan City High School and has scored a perfect 36 on the ACT. Again, congratulations to you. And I just want to know, take us back to when you opened up your mail, your email, and you saw 36 sitting there.
So it was at the end of parish honor band practice in Franklin, and I was just getting out of practice and getting into my car, and I get like a barrage of text messages from my friends just saying, open your email, the scores are out. And then I'm like, do I want to open the score? Like, do I want to? Like, I'm about to drive home. Like, I don't know how this is going to pan out. It's not safe to drive while you're feeling so emotional. But like, I just bit the bullet and I opened it, and like, I just stared at that screen for like 2 minutes because like I was in shock, like there's no way. So the first thing I did was, I told my friend the score I got when he was like, oh my God, there's no way. And then the second thing I did was I called my mom and I told her like, Mom, I got a 36, and she was at work, but like she was so happy for me. She was like, oh, I'll buy you anything you want.
Oh, that's great. I love it. I love it. So you have all this going on. I mean, music, you have your studies, you have just your ambitions. How do you balance your schoolwork with extracurriculars and also just hanging out with friends?
I think honestly, it's just like, I don't think about finding a balance. I just think about doing everything that I enjoy. Like, I love playing flute. I love like doing my schoolwork because I know that it's an opportunity. Like, I know if I was still in Vietnam, I know I would have to be paying for school, and just to be able to have an education for free paid for by the government, that means a lot to me. So I know that like my opportunity for a public education is a gift. I don't ever see it as like a setback or like something like a chore I have to do. I know that it's like I'm blessed to have it.
Man, I wish more of my kids, people that I know, would feel that same way. That it is a gift, and I think that's great. I want to ask you something. Do you think that other students can also take away something from your journey? Like, what do you hope they can take away from your journey, if that makes sense?
I think the biggest thing for me was realizing that while studying and like facing all this frustration was that like the ACT is just the test. It's not a representation of who I am. It doesn't represent how smart I am at all. I'm not smarter at all just because I got a score on a test that like looked pretty on a sheet. Like, at the end of the day, I'm still like a high school student. I have so much more planned in life. The test just does not define me at all. But like while studying, I think like that's so important to keep on studying, because the biggest obstacle in studying for the ACT is just maintaining your motivation. And so when doing that, like you need to keep this good attitude so that you can keep studying.
So you taking the ACT, that means you do want to go off to college. Do you have any colleges in mind, any universities?
Definitely. If I want to stay in Louisiana, I'm definitely looking at LSU and Tulane. And I know Loyola also has an amazing music program, so I'm looking there too.
Yeah, we talked about that earlier because I'm an alum of Loyola. So I'm just saying, I was kind of nudging him here, but we want you to go where you're going to be happy and flourish. So with that said, again, we want to tell you thank you very much for, of course, giving us your time, but also congratulations once again on your scores.
Thank you so much. I'm so happy to be here. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. All right, folks, with that said, make sure to subscribe to us on Facebook. We are KWBJ TV 22. We'll see you guys next time. Take care.